Hello and welcome back to Football Manager. We're here on the 2nd of March for our game against Tottenham today. As you can see, previous matches, they haven't gone well. I mean, don't get me wrong, Turkey, brilliant. Went on a little friendly trip to Turkey after the Arsenal game. Yeah, they went really well. Came back, lost 4-3 to Brighton, drew 1-1 with West Ham. I mean, don't get me wrong, 1 defeat in 4, that's not bad. But when you also take into account you've got 2 draws in that, and one of them's a cup game, you need to work on something. And with looking at the rest of the season, mid-table is looking like our best option, if it's still going to be an option. But today, we've got Tottenham and Leicester coming up, and hopefully we can get at least a point in today's game and get past Leicester in the FA Cup. This is the team that's going to be playing out there today. Pablo Turgeman in goal, Kadu on right back, Clark Nate in central defence, Sehovic in left back, Domingos Quina and Tommy Doyle in the midfield, with Emre Moore and Mark Albright on the wings, with striking partnership of Balogun and Alvaro. There's a lot of players currently out of action, and as a result we've happened to play a very, very poor quality team in comparison to what we could put out, which is why we're playing with a cautious mentality in this, with a different formation, and we're just hoping to pull something away from Tottenham today. I don't think there's been any news in terms of finances or transfers or anything like. I could be wrong, obviously. I haven't played this game since Friday, and today is the 7th. A video was supposed to come out today, but I forgot. Genuinely just forgot what damn day it was. And, yeah. Actually, today is my birthday. So, this is actually going to be a birthday video from me that's hopefully going to come out tomorrow on the 8th. If not the 8th, it will be the 9th at the very latest. Because obviously we need to make sure the video is uploaded in time for a 3 o'clock release every day. Anyway, Tottenham now have the ball. Ben Godfrey, tackled by Emre Moore, but picks the ball back up again and plays it back to Marco Antonio, then back to Godfrey, forward to Douglas Augustino. Marco Antonio again shoots and puts it wide. 2 minutes on the clock and Tottenham already are 2 shots above our 0. Augusto now with the free kick off the post, I think, and then taken up by Bristolin, and then Tommy Doyle kicks it away for a corner kick. Now Tottenham are a Champions League side. They're going to get Champions League this year unless Man City topple them. However, they need... Oh, you've got to be kidding me. Oh, thank Christ for that. I thought he was getting a red card for a minute. I was like, I can't deal with both wingers being out. And it's now 1-0 thanks to Douglas Augusto, whatever it's pronounced as. And that's very annoying. Because I was hoping to at least get a point from this game and do well to keep a clean sheet, but clearly we couldn't do that. I mean, with 5 shots to 0, over 70% possession, it's clear who the better team is. Jose Vitor now back to Godfrey. Godfrey plays it forward to Marco Antonio. He runs it forward, has a shot, it's wide of the post. Thankfully, Pablo Turgeman picks the ball back up. And still, we have yet to break 40% possession. I might be forced at half-time to go into a more attacking mentality to attempt to get something out of this game. Turgeman with a goal kick plays it long onto the boot of Emre Moore, and again I'm not sure what's actually causing this lag to occur in the video, but and when I say video I mean like the actual match engine video, like this screen, not like the video on YouTube. I'm not sure what's causing it, and honestly, I've looked at every single graphic setting I can. Nothing seems to fix it. I've tried, when I played the West Ham game, I tried every single possible change I could, but nothing worked. For whatever reason. I want to ask them to be a bit creative going into the next 25 minutes. Next 20 minutes. And it's another free kick, and it's going to be another goal for Tottenham. Douglas Augusto swings it. Oh, actually, saved by Turgeman. Should have had more, faith in the goalkeeper from Argentina, who is still yet, mind you, to get his first appearance for the under-23s, despite going with them to the Olympic qualifiers. But what can you do? I'm not the Argentinian under-23s manager, so I can't choose him for him. Anyway, Tottenham now have a corner kick on the boot of someone, because the game has frozen again. There we go. Back again. Lanes. Don't know who you are. At the far post, Godfrey picks the ball up, tries to play it in, and that looks like it went straight through the goalkeeper. And understandably, I think you'll agree, I'm rather annoyed. I am rather annoyed. Because not only... It's frozen again. Not only is that his first goal, he is a centre-back. And he just put that ball straight through our goalkeeper. Sajovic plays the ball forward to Alvaro. Alvaro runs it along the wing, tries a cross, but it's blocked and picked up now by Doyle, who plays it over the top to Alvaro, now to Albrighton. And the game is frozen yet again. Genuinely, I do not know what's causing this thing to happen. And yeah, I don't know how to fix it. My apologies again, I don't know how to fix it. It's just going to have to be lived with for the time being. Asked to show a bit of passion. Don't know why it paused. I didn't press pause. With one shot and 36% possession, now down to 33. I think you'd agree, understandably frustrated with this game and how it works. Because no more than 4 months ago in game time, I would have been challenging to probably even beat this team. But yet now, I can't even score against them. And we can't even defend against them. I don't even know what Turgeman was doing there. He was running across his box. I think it's likely that this will be my last season with Millwall, as I don't think, personally, I can take them much further. And I will say to them, their performance has been atrocious. Because it has been terrible, terrible form. I'm going to bring Louis Barry on for Alvaro. And I'm actually going to do a goalkeeper change, which is almost unheard of in football these days. But I'm doing it for the simple purpose of making sure that we actually have a fresh goalkeeper for the second half. Because we are changing the formation. Actually, yeah. Get rid of Williams. And yeah, we're changing the formation back to the 4-2-3-1 with Ben Knight coming on for Balogun as a shadow striker. A bit of creativity in this half, and as you can see, we've already picked up our first shot on target. Throw in from Tottenham. Brustelin throws it to Haaland, back to Lainitz. Lainitz runs into his own teammate, and Emre Moore picks the ball up. Passes it forward for Louis Barry, and Louis Barry loses out to Sanchez. All that work for nothing. Haaland now back to Brustelin, over the top now to Marco Antonio, and it's 3-0. It's nearly 3-0. It's actually a throw-in for Tottenham. But that ball was terribly placed for Barry. Throw-in for Millwall. Clark throws it to Knight. Knight runs it past the defender, gets it into the box, has a shot, but it's just wide of the post. This is already better from this team. Going back to the original formation, the one that I was told to scrap by the fans. And it appears to be working. We appear to be playing better. We've got more possession. We've had more shots. And arguably, we've been a better team. Of course, nothing stopping the Tottenham from scoring a third right now, but, you know, we weren't going to beat them. That was almost guaranteed. We were never going to beat them. Thankfully, Glayson's back next game, so Emramore's injury is just picked up. Won't be all that bad. And hopefully, with Albrighton playing on the right wing, Glayson can play on the left wing again. And with just 2 minutes left of the game, Tottenham with a free kick straight into the hand of Deschamps, or Descamp, however it's pronounced, who holds the ball, looking most likely for a long kick forward. Oh no, a long throw forward. Gets it to Knight, back to Doyle. Doyle plays it over to the left wing for Albrighton, with a terrible ball though. And Jose Vitor back to Godfrey now. Godfrey to their goalkeeper, Onana. Then to Dier, back to Godfrey now. Plays it over the top. Clark's header forward to Keena. Keena through to Emramore. And Emramore loses out to... well, technically does lose out to Harry Kane, who goes on to score a third. Or not. They hit the post twice now in this half from essentially the exact same move. Corner kick for Tottenham now. Played in by Lanus. Met by the head of... I'm not exactly sure who that was, but it's another corner kick. And just ticked over to the 90th minute. Headed over the bar now by Harry Kane. And it's looking likely it's going to be a 2-0 defeat. And that's it. Millwall slump to another defeat. And I'm hoping that with something coming from this team in the next game, I need to stop doing that because these are completely contradict me and say the wrong thing. But hopefully in the Leicester City game we can pull off something against them, and then when the off-camera game of Norwich City comes up, we might get a win in the league for the first time since, I believe, November. I could be wrong on that one, but I'm pretty sure our last win in the league came in November. Which, well, it wouldn't be November then, it would be... oh no, actually it might be, because we had that big gap in February. Yeah, possibly November. I'll have a quick look. So our last league win came all the way back here in December, on Boxing Day, with a 6-1 demolishing of Bournemouth. That was the last time we managed to win in the Football League. Now we're going to give Emramore a physio treatment for 2 weeks. Hull win 2-0, Boston win 2-0. And Salford lose 1-0, so that's good. Apparently York playing in the Carabao Cup this year. I didn't even realise they were in League 2 this year, but they managed to overachieve. Not sure where they got to, it doesn't say. They managed to get to the Carabao Cup third round. Not much of an overachievement if you ask me, but what can you say really? Who are you? I don't even know who you are. Did I put an offer in for you? I'm assuming so. Or you scouting him. I know there's a few trialists I'm bringing in for, cheap transfers for next season. And there's also, these two players, Iban Nato and Anas Salah Adin, who I'm bringing in for a combined £35 million, because the board gave us a £20 million injection of funds, and obviously, hang on. Okay, we have to pay them 250 grand. No, yeah, and we got 25 million pounds, and I spent 15 million on these two players with an extra 20 million on top. Hang on. No, that's just the contract. Doesn't actually say how much. I'm guessing it's just the 20 million pound plus. So it's 10 million pound plus 10 million pound and 5 million pound plus 10 million pound. I'm assuming. But we have a fairly sizable fund left now. I don't think we're in. Oh no, we are slightly in the red in terms of wages. We'll just put that right. Oh, yeah, £975,000. There we go. An extra £12,000 available in the budget. £10 million balance currently. We're all good. Everything seems fine. Annoyingly, I can't ask for a stadium increase because apparently we're not filling the stadium, despite the fact that we are. 19,734 people are all that's available to fit in the stadium, and currently that's how many people get in the stadium. It's just that that's not technically the full capacity. Oh, he looks good. 3-star player. Is he? Yeah, he's just a good player for Championship side. That's the problem. So I think we'll end both of your trials due to the fact that neither of you are ever going to be first team players. There's also a second Lima being brought in on trial called Nick Lima. Ooh, Norwich managed to beat Leicester 3-2, so we're playing Leicester on the back of a defeat. And again, not good enough. So we have to terminate his trial also. Don't care about that transfer because it's too much money. Not bad money actually. From Adelaide United, £1.7 million deal for an almost guaranteed future Premier League left back. Wouldn't be bad on my part. Adam is a transfer target for now and see what happens. And Hilson's just a no, in my opinion. It's just a no. We're not going to bring him in. I mean, he's a former Arsenal player. I could have sworn it was a red badge. I knew that much. I couldn't remember if it was Liverpool or Arsenal. Clearly it's Arsenal. But we need to rectify the current situation in terms of league form, because if we continue in this form, we are going to get relegated. That's almost a guarantee. The only thing that would stop it from happening is if the teams below us have even worse form, which is rather unlikely, I have to admit. No, he's not going to play for us. I mean, he looked good, 3-star, but he's not. But yeah, as I said, we're currently 5 places above relegation and only 8 points with 10 games to play. No one would be at this point saying we were safe. I think everyone above Watford is safe, but below I think they're still at risk. Such as, for instance, Millwall. But hopefully, if we do stay up, even if without a mid-table finish, if we were to get past Leicester and into the FA Cup quarter-final and possibly even semi-final, I think I'd still be safe in keeping my job. Dieter Zahn managed to pick up 2 goals. He's definitely picking up his performances for SM Caen in France, who are currently, I believe, bottom of their division. Yes, they are. Oh, St Etienne not doing too well. They might go down to second tier for the first time in 15 years. Oh, it's no, 20 years in real life. in game. Sorry, in real life it's only 15 years, of course. Of course, that would obviously be very bad for St Etienne, given the current state of affairs. I think what would be best, instead of me playing Leicester in this episode, would be instead to cut this episode off here and then record a different one of the Leicester game for Tuesday, perhaps. So I can keep the videos shorter, and until we actually play more games concurrently, I think that's probably the best option. Because as you can see in the league, there are no real fixture groupings of, Saturday, Tuesday, or Tuesday, Friday sort of thing. The nearest you've got to it is Tuesday, Sunday, as you can see here. That's not going to work. Or here, for instance, here, Friday, Saturday, that's 8 days. So I think the best thing to do would be to just play the Leicester game tomorrow in a different episode, and then come back for, say, the Brentford game, as it is a derby, and then come back for the Southampton game if it's a relegation clash. If not, actually no, we'll come back for the Man City game if it's not a relegation clash. If it is, we'll come back for Southampton. But until then, as I say every episode, I bid thee adieu. Goodbye.